YouTube? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Jazzy Time with your host, Bailey. Pardon from the last tutorial we just did together. I did the quarter butterfly mask, and close to the end there I felt very nauseated. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but when I went to re-watch the video to see if everything was okay, my face started to go really red, and then towards the end there when I was saying my bye-bye, I felt like actually I was going to vomit. So I had to run, and I laid down, and I'm good now. We're okay. I don't know, it came over me. So after I laid down for a little, my mouth's still a little so please bear with me, but my head is about me. So I'm here, but I'm not here. Just noticed when I came back on, how I always ask you guys for suggestions and stuff if you want me to like recreate things. There was 2 tags. I don't know, again, I don't know who tagged me, but somebody tagged me in this gorgeous, it's like a pink tiger. I've got it up on my screen here because I'm actually going to try and do it for you right now and get as close to the colors as I can. But it's from staticflicker.com, and thank you person or persons who ever tagged me in this, because this is like this is great. I like this. It's really neat. So for this tutorial, you're going to need your icky boo boo. This is clean. It's been through the wash. Your ragamajaga. You're going to need a glass of water. And now the colors. I'm choosing my my dark pink in my Paradise, because this is like it's a pink and white. It's a really bold tiger face. And then I've got my Amazon green, because it's got that, like the avatar face, it has that illusion of the eyes on the eyelids. So I'm going with this dark green for the eyes, because I don't really have like a neon-y color that's like matching this one. And my Snazaroo white. And my Paradise black. And now for this application, you're going to need, I have a couple just regular makeup sponges that you can get like from your local dollar store. I got these in a pack of 28 for $1. And I think I'm gonna use, it's hard to you try to break it down in your mind in steps. I'm just gonna use my number 6 and my my number 2. Turn these so you guys can see them. Number 2 and number 6 brushes, kind of like teeny tiny and square and flat. So yeah, let's get to, oh, and I have this is a number 1 brush that I've actually cut down to be a lot thinner, and I'm gonna use that for it's got whiskers in it, so we'll see how that goes. All right. So I'm gonna start in the center with my white, and I'm going to start, oh, need my mirror here. So this one here, it kind of has like the muzzle area is covered, including your top lip. You guys can probably hear my dogs moaning and grabbing each other's faces in the background. So I apologize for that. So we're going to do up into the corner of your eye and up onto the forehead just a bit. Just this inner area, and Like I said, this art specifically is not my art. Like I said, again, this is from staticflicker.com. Somebody tagged me in it and wanted a recreation, so I'm giving my fans what they want. So I'm breaking this down as best as I can. So I've got, kind of looks like I just stuck my face in some flour. All right, so put that sponge down. Will you stop running in? Hey! That little bugger's got my shoe. No shoes. No. All right, so next color, we're gonna put that white down for now. We're gonna move on with our dark pink. And we're going to I want to kind of blend that in a little bit on the cheek area where we pulled that white out from the center of our nose. And then all around my face. And something stupid just came to my head when I said that. You know, it's all around the face, around the face. Mm-hmm. I'm weird, I know. So the area I'm not going to cover with the pink is my eyelid to my eyebrows, because we're gonna have to paint that. And now here's a good trick. I don't know if you guys can see, like here in this area, because I have a square sponge, it's leaving these coarse line marks. When you put your sponge down and pull, it gets those little square lines off your face. And it kind of gives more of an airbrushed look. And now my white, I'm just going to pull a little bit more of my white into the pink to give me that little gradient color coming to the outside here. And I'm going to go. So this one's kind of like layers. We're trying to blend from a white to a pink from the center on. Kind of looks like a hooky booky mess so far. Yes, I'm so glad that Bailey's brain is back. Because that other video, I was like, whew, I was ready to hit the floor, guys. Got no idea. Come back on. There you are. Okay. So that's for the pink and the white so far. I just kind of started with white in the center and blended that out into my darker pink. And now, first with the green, I'm going to use my number 6 brush with my Amazon green. And your bottom lip will need to be green. And your nose. Now I'm only changing the pattern of the nose on this because I don't like the nose in this photo. Sorry. I'm doing my no. Hey, come on now. So I'm filling in all the areas of my nose, and I'm doing my little up flick to give that illusion of hair. And then underneath of that, you want to give it a little V, so when you're far away, it gives that illusion of an animal muzzle instead of looking like your own nose. Okay. And now, I'm going to paint my eyelids green, because they've got kind of like this bright greeny yellow color. So I'm probably gonna do a blend because I want to get as close as possible for the person that tagged me in this. So again, thank you very much. My computer just connected to something. I have no idea what. So I'm grabbing my Paradise Yellow. Clean my brush out. And while my green is still a little wet, I'm going to put a little bit on the lid of your eye with a clean sponge. You kind of have to go back and forth with this. A little bit of paint. And with the sponge. And that gives you a little bit of color differential in the eye. Just like that. Hope you guys can see that. Okay. Put that yellow down. Clean out my brushy. Do-do-do. And now, I'm going to be alternating between my number 2 and my number 6 brush for the black coloring on this. Now this is such a gorgeous face paint. Whoever originally came up with this, like, fabulous, fantastic. I love it. Good job. So probably start with the middle here. Now with designs like this, if you have flat brushes, it's always good to kind of keep them moving. Don't do clean strokes. And then that gives you a good kind of like ruggedy look. So I'm not going to go in and do the eyes just quite yet. I'm just going to try and get these tiger stripes all blocked out here. Now I'm getting these really neat effects. So when I put my brush down on my skin, I tend to spin the brush if I have like a flat brush. So it kind of goes wide, thin, and it gives you that good jagged effect when it comes to doing like abstract stripes. Looks like little lightning bolts. Nothing on the chin. Sorry guys, I know I'm pretty quiet, but like I'm trying to figure this one out. So next I'm going to do the little separation for the lip there. And then I've outlined my nose like that, and then from little to big. I call these the dimple marks because that's where it usually is. This is the little area where your whiskers are going to come out of. Okay. So this part is going to come from the coloring of the eye, and I'm going to remember to spin your brush. If you have a flat brush like this one is, it's a smaller flat brush. Sorry, I got the hiccups. And when you're doing it, just spin it, and it gives you such a good, awesome effect. You can twist it back and forth as many times as you like. All right, so there we have the really, really awesome tiger stripes there. And now I'm going to go in and going to do the eyes because I'm going to have to keep my eyes as closed. Closer here for you guys. As close as I possibly can. And so I'm going to overlap that green we did, and I'm going to fill that in with black and give that cat's eyes look. Okay. Trying to get as round as I can because it's pretty hard with my way my eyelids are. That's what I've got. I did a little too much on this eye, so this one's a better example. Outline your crease and then fill the rest of that in with your black to kind of give you that cat's eye illusion. And also with your eyes closed, with that same brush, you're going to just pull down that sharp cat's eye pupil. And now I'm just going to pause for a few minutes here, and I'm going to let my eyelids dry, and then we'll finish it off with the white. Hey guys. Okay, so while I was kind of waiting for my eyelids to dry, I went in again with my number 2 brush and grabbed some of that green paint. and I'm just going over the rest of my my natural lid with the dark green, pulling it out away from that pupil color, and then that kind of gives you a darker outside and a lighter inside. So one, I fixed it, and two, it gives a really cool, like I always say, gradient color on the eyes. So once again, I'm going to let this green dry now. I'll be right back, and then we're going to finish it off with the white. All right. Hey, buddy hands. Okay, so I'm grabbing my very, very thin paintbrush that I have cut down to like the point of it being a striper brush. And we're just going to off those whiskers or dimple marks. Give some nice bright whiskery marks. Okay. Just like that. And then also, for a little bit of an added bonus, we're going to put a little dash just across the iris, and then a little dot next to it. Kind of highlighting those cat's eyes. And then I'm just going to do a little white highlight to just outline the color on those eyes. I'm not too pleased with that actually, so I'm gonna go in with my black and erase those. All right. So, oh, I almost forgot. I got a little. So using that pin pointy brush again, we're going to finish this off. Some little fangs. So with your white, do little fangs just off the bottom of your lip, and then just like that. Can't really see with my eyes closed, but again, so she has a lot of glitter applied on the muzzle area in this photo that this person has. But like I said, this is not my design. I just wanted to recreate it because I was tagged in it. This again is from Static Flicker, STATIC FLICKR. There's no ER in it. .com. So yeah, there we have it. I hope I've done it justice, and please keep tagging me and stuff. I'm gonna try and get at least 2 more face paint tutorials done for you guys today, hopefully. Crossing my fingers, hoping my head will stay with me. So yeah. click comment, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Mailing info's down there if you guys want to send any trinkets or stuff for the doggies. You don't have to, no pressure. But mailing info's down there. I would love to, you know, get some letters and meet some people and be able to, you know, thank everybody for coming around. So stay tuned, stay jazzy.